Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another Fear the Walking Dead video for today, leading up to the 13th episode for Fear the Walking Dead Season 5. In this one, we're going to give our thoughts on the Alicia is ill helicopter movie crossover theory. Alright, so this is definitely what I wanted to go ahead and give my thoughts on with you guys. Spoiler warning if you're not cut up for Fear the Walking Dead. So this one is a good idea. I think this is a pretty cool theory or a pretty cool idea, which is something that we kind of mentioned before around the mid-season finale mark when they did the whole Alicia illness thing. So first, she gets the blood splatter in her face from the radioactive zombie, and then we're told at the mid-season finale, oh no, you're okay, it's fine, it's nothing to worry about. And then, as Brandon here pointed out, we have the tree, which is, if you're reading this, it means you're still here, and the blood splatter covering the S and the T, which makes it read instead, you are ill, which is, if you read it that way, that is, which is really something that I hope that's not what they do. But we did a video on that one yesterday, giving our thoughts on the whole her still being ill idea. And people are kind of thinking that maybe in episode 13 we'll see the battle with Logan, and we'll see kind of things with that resolved or close to in the next couple episodes. And then maybe before the finale, we will see Alicia start to get really ill. Maybe she starts passing out when she's trying to help this person at the other truck stop. Maybe she starts getting like worse and worse, and she's not just painting the trees because of whatever, but she's actually not feeling all right. So this is why she's going around doing this, and why she hasn't been able to kill walkers is because she also is feeling weak and maybe has not sort of admitted it to herself. And instead of her kind of being rehabbed, it's sort of like she just hasn't realized that she's actually sick as well too. So as a result, she either succumbs to the illness and she either dies by the end of the season or maybe in season 6 next year. Or one of the other ideas that came up around the mid-season finale mark was, what if Althea radios in Isabelle and asks for the favor to have her be, kind of taken and get treatment, because of course the Commonwealth, or the community that Isabelle is from, most likely would have the ability to help Alicia, even though the others do not. So if she develops some kind of, I don't know what it is, from radiation cancer or something like this, if she does in fact have that, would the Commonwealth be able to actually treat her for that? So if she is in fact sick, or she is in fact ill, instead of having her be killed off by the end of season 5, instead the theory would be then that Althea would call it in, she would get delivered to the Commonwealth, and then she would get treatment there and actually survive, and we could actually see maybe her meet Rick or something like this, which could be really cool in a crossover kind of going the other way to the Walking Dead movies. So personally for me, I really like this theory. I really like this idea. Ideally, I would rather she just kind of stay in Fear, because I feel like Fear doesn't have that, that much going for it in terms of the way the audience responds to it from what I see on a week to week basis in terms of comments. So, ideally you'd have her kind of stay there, but it's also possible too that if they are doing the movie universe, they may need some different characters for it. And so if they have Rick, if they have, Jadis, if they have whatever they're going to use her for, if they bring Heath back, maybe they will, maybe they won't. I don't know. We'll see. But if you had representation from Fear, if you had Alicia get sick, be delivered or be called in and by Althea, then she goes to the Commonwealth, and then she gets kind of, a treatment there for her cancer, whatever it is that she has as a result of the radiation. Then, you have her kind of continue in the 3 movies, because they did say they're doing a trilogy of movies, or they're going to do some movies. And there's the other Walking Dead spin-off series starting. So is it possible that she could maybe kind of leave Fear, go to the movies, be in the movies going forward, and then later on you could maybe, at some point in the movie she's killed off, or maybe she survives to the end of the movies and Rick is killed off or something like this, and then you either use her in that capacity to have kind of a movie universe, or you have her kind of go in between the series or something like this, would be good as well. So ideally, if they were going to do that, so first of all, I'd rather she just stay in Fear, because I think Fear needs it. But if you're going to do that, I would much rather have them cross her over into the movies if they're going to do that, and get treatment there and then be okay and actually survive, versus killing her off just in season 5 of Fear. I really feel like with the whole illness thing and the "you are ill" thing, I really hope it's like a huge fake out and that's not what we see at all. But when you look at her face, you look at the way that, Alicia is portraying Alicia, it kind of looks like, she does kind of look sick. So if they do that, it's kind of like, whichever way you have to go, I think it's better if she survives. But if they do kill her off in season 5 and just that's it, I think that will be really, really sad and just bad for the show, and I don't think it'll be good at all. So I like this theory, and if you're going to do it, I would rather see them do this than see them just kill her off and have that be it in season 5. But my ideal option would be to have her stay in the series, period, because it doesn't have that much going for it already. But let me know what you guys think about that one and the whole URL thing that we covered yesterday on the tree that you can see. And is it just a coincidence? A universe trying to tell us something? I don't know. Watch the video yesterday if you don't know what we're talking about. You got to see it. So that's basically the theory. Could we see her leave Fear the Walking Dead to join Rick in the movies or some of this of the Commonwealth? Maybe. It would make sense and it would be better than them killing her off. But leave those comments below. I want to hear where you guys are at with this one. IB Sweet P2 says, no concern for finding or growing food, no concern for finding water or building a shelter, just driving around aimlessly worrying about gas while wasting gas. This show is a joke. So a lot of comments on Fear, just not very positive this year. Just the same as second half of season 4, but probably even worse with the comments, even more people kind of just like, what I don't know. I guess they're just not enjoying it that much at this point. So it's what it is. Bill Williamson says, a shootout at an oil field. Oh, shit, here we go again. It does look exciting. I do think episode 13 looks a lot better. Episode 12 was like, it was okay. But I think episode 13 looks really good. So the whole idea of the Phoenix will rise again. So if it's not referring to Madison, could it possibly be referring to Alicia, where she gets sick, they think she's going to die, and then she gets treatment, and then she heals back again, so she still survives. So I personally would prefer it to be referring to Madison, but if it was referring to Alicia, then better than her just being killed off. Yeah, I think so. Stephen Earl says, Logan is like a lamer version of Gregory, and Gregory sucked, so that's saying something. That's true, man. Logan's kind of been there all year. It's kind of like he's not scary. He's not that kind of a threat. So, I don't know, man. Locke LaFleur says, been thinking about you, Trev, since The Walking Dead is almost back. I stopped watching Fear the night they killed off Nick. Hope your summer went well. So that was that was a while ago. Locke is not really. You didn't miss anything, Locke. Yeah, you did. It's lots of stuff has happened since that, but lots of stuff and hardly anything in some ways. Lots of stuff because of the mid-season finale of season 4. And kind of the transition over to the new Fear group with Morgan. And then also not that much because even since that, it's like, okay, they've added a lot of people. That's about it, I guess. And they're trying to help people. So that's what's happened since you've been gone. So that's funny. But he stopped watching when Nick was killed off. He picked a good spot, right? Rowdy says, hey, Trev, so do you think this episode will mark the end of the Logan/Oil storyline? Presumably Logan being killed and leaving the dangerous new threat as the main focus for the rest of season 5. So, I mean, will Logan be killed off in this episode coming up? I don't think just yet, because there's still 3 episodes left. And if they do that, then I don't know what they'll do after that. I'm just not sure. So, but I do think also that that this illness thing with Alicia could be coming back pretty strong in the next few episodes. So maybe not right away. Maybe it's like she starts kind of fainting or something a little bit. And she feels, and then Strand's like, you okay? Whatever. And then within a few episodes, maybe she's totally passing out and stuff like that. And then he's got to bring her in, something like that. So I hope that's not what we see. But man, I don't know. The tree thing, man, it's got me back to that thing again. It's like, oh no, they're really going to do this? Torin TLT says, so this whole season 5 back half has been a snooze fest. So in the first 4 episodes, I would say that I think that the first 4 episodes of this back half are probably the weakest that we've seen this whole season, in my opinion. And you might even say maybe they're some of the weakest we've seen overall for Fear. Maybe. I mean, I agree with you that there hasn't been that much. Some of it's fun, like the mines and stuff like that was fun. But, man, they haven't done a whole lot. Brandon Neer says, I'm starting to think Michael Satrazemis is a one-hit wonder kind of director as it pertains to the Walking Dead universe. The Groove will be the only perfect episode he directed. These Fear episodes are not even comparable. So he is directing a good number of these episodes in Fear Season 5, but I don't think it's his fault. He is really, really good, and like I said, he's my favorite director. He's directed, was it start to finish? He's directed some awesome episodes from The Walking Dead. I love the way he puts episodes together, and I love his episodes. But for Fear, I don't think it's his fault. You know, he's been given these episodes to work with and what he's supposed to do in them, and you know, I mean, can we really blame him for it? You know, I don't think so. You know, I mean, it's like, you know, what are you given to work with? And you have new characters. You don't have anybody that's really all that established in the eyes of the fan base. So it's, you know, he does his best, but what are you going to do, right? You know, I think his work in the Walking Dead original series stands on its own, and you can see it, and it's really good. Brian Asham says, I wish they didn't kill Jake off. He was good for Alicia. So that was back in Season 3. I wish they didn't kill off a lot of the Season 3 characters. I wish they didn't kill either Jake or Troy. One of them should have survived. If you kill Jake off, then if Troy would have survived, that could have been really cool. Or if they bring him back or something, that could be kind of cool too. But then again, he did get smashed in with a hammer. If you bring him back, he's got to have like a Frankenstein look, like a head. You know, his head's got to be all messed up. And you have to do it in like a flashback where someone found him, they helped him, they drained the blood from his head or something, and it's all mangled and messed up. And then he somehow manages to survive but doesn't know who he is or something. Something like that. That could be fun. Mike Morrill says, why are the Walking Dead fans so loyal and complacent? It's been years that you've had bad story and you're still here. Just don't watch for Fear of the Walking Dead. So it's tricky, right? You have some people who, you know, obviously they're not enjoying Fear, so we're gonna complain quite a bit. It's gonna be negative. But then you have other people that are, and they're like, well, just don't watch it then if it's that bad, right? So yeah, I mean, for me, it's not so bad that I'm not going to watch it, but, you know, sometimes I do get to thinking, like, should I keep making all these videos for it and all this stuff? Because it's like, I don't know. But I'm just going to do what I feel like. If I feel like doing it, I'm going to do it. And if not, then I don't. For me, I still enjoy Fear. It's still probably my second favorite series that's on TV right now. But, of course, you know, I don't really... I kind of think of it differently because I just think of it as like, well, it's you know, it's probably never going to be as good as the original Walking Dead series is. You know, very few times that Fear in its 5-season run had a better season than The Walking Dead did. Fear the Walking Dead season 3, when it was airing around season 7 to 8-ish time, that was probably a better season than some of what The Walking Dead was doing at that time. But aside from that, it's just about never happened. So, you know, and I doubt it probably will again. But you never know. I am enjoying I am enjoying some things about this season, but you know, last few episodes have been really, you know, kind of slow and lackluster. So anyway, that's it for today's video, guys. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments below. Certainly about the movie theories, I want to hear them. And if you like the video, please thumb it up below. You can share, you can favorite, and subscribe at the bottom left if you're new. That's it for this one. I'll see you guys again soon for another. As always, this is Trev, and I'm saying peace later, guys. See you soon.